Siege and Sound, The Walls of Jericho Fall. Written by Prisca J. Okatta. Narrated by Archie. Introduction. The Fall of Jericho is one of the most iconic and awe-inspiring events in biblical history, a story that resonates with believers and seekers alike. The dramatic collapse of the fortified walls of Jericho is not just a tale of military victory, but a testimony of faith, courage, obedience, and the power of divine intervention. In understanding this incredible event, we must first consider the people involved, the history that led up to this moment, and the profound lessons it holds for us today. The Israelites had been wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. After the exodus from Egypt, they had endured countless hardships, waiting for the fulfillment of God's promise. Led by Moses, they had faced hunger, thirst, and the constant struggle to trust God in the midst of their trials. But now, as Moses' life came to a close, a new leader emerged, Joshua. Joshua was a man of faith and military prowess, chosen by God to guide the Israelites into the Promised Land. This was a new chapter in their history, one that required a new level of obedience and trust in God's promises. The Israelites had reached the border of Canaan, standing at the threshold of the land that God had sworn to give to their ancestors. But there was one major obstacle in their path: the city of Jericho. Jericho, an ancient city nestled along the Jordan River, was a symbol of everything that stood in their way. It was a fortified city with massive walls that seemed impenetrable. The people of Jericho were fierce warriors, and the city's fortifications were some of the most advanced of their time. It was a stronghold, a city that appeared invincible. For the Israelites, the sight of Jericho's towering walls must have been daunting. They had no weapons of siege warfare, no experience in taking cities of such magnitude. And yet, despite the apparent hopelessness of their situation, God had a plan that would change everything. Before they could even begin to think about military tactics, God spoke to Joshua. In a moment of divine clarity, God laid out the strategy for conquering Jericho. It was not going to be a typical battle, one fought with swords and shields, with armies charging into the city. No, this would be a different kind of battle, a battle of faith, obedience, and divine power. Joshua, as Israel's new leader, was instructed by God to lead the people in a highly unconventional and audacious strategy. God commanded the Israelites to march around the city once a day for 6 days, with the Ark of the Covenant at the forefront.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?